This is not a drill.
Now it's really important to stay calm.
BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, has just made a shocking declaration. Bitcoin is the ultimate safe haven. Risk on, risk off, doesn't matter. The most powerful asset manager on the planet is saying buy it and sees 700K on the horizon. Yes, the same BlackRock that pushed fiat poison for decades is now telling its clients that Bitcoin is the best hedge against the coming economic storm. What do they know that we don't? Meanwhile, inflation just came in hot. The Fed is cornered and the smart money it's running towards Bitcoin and physical gold at an insane pace. The old system is breaking down and the new system is taking over. Stick around because we're breaking down some of the biggest Bitcoin news of the year. From BlackRock's shocking admission to Trump's incoming war on the Fed, the supply crisis in gold and Bitcoin, and why we're about to see the biggest bull run of a lifetime. Welcome back, my friends. Now let's turn up, shall we? Send it!
If you're frightened of your debasement of your currency, or you're frightened of your economic or political stability of your country, you could have an internationally based instrument called Bitcoin that will overcome those local fears. And so I'm a big believer in the utilization of that as an instrument. And so if that becomes true and you see that it could be a proper hedge against maybe hope security or equities, the question is, could you see a 2 or 5% allocation? I was with a sovereign wealth fund during this week, and that was the conversation. Should we have a 2% allocation? Should we have a 5% allocation? If everybody adopted that conversation, it would be 500,000, 600,000, 700,000 per Bitcoin.
All right, let's start with the data that has Wall Street in panic mode.
Panic happens when people don't know what to do.
U.S. inflation just came in at 3% year over year, above expectations. Core inflation, 3.3%. And the markets? S&P 500 futures instantly dumped 1%. Why? Because this kills the fantasy of rate cuts. And while Jerome Powell stares at his printer, Trump just came out and said it. Interest rates should be lowered. I mean, look at this. The Fed's reverse repo facility just hit its lowest level in 1,392 days. Translation? There's no liquidity left in the system. The economy is suffocating. And guess who's making their move? BlackRock. Now this is where things get insane. BlackRock just called Bitcoin the ultimate safe haven. Let me repeat that. BlackRock, Bitcoin, safe haven. Larry Fink, the guy who used to call Bitcoin criminal money, is now telling the world Bitcoin is the best risk-off asset. That's a massive shift in narrative. And it's not just talk. Goldman Sachs just reported owning $1.5 billion in BlackRock and Fidelity Bitcoin ETFs. Institutions are racing to front-run retail and possibly nation-state FOMO. And here's the killer stat. Institutional inflows into Bitcoin ETFs in 2025 have already surpassed the NASDAQ QQQ inflows. Wall Street isn't buying Bitcoin to trade it. They're buying Bitcoin to hodl it. Now let's talk about what's happening behind the scenes. South Korea just suspended all gold sales due to a flood of demand. People are paying massive premiums just to get their hands on physical gold. Definitely not normal. Meanwhile, in the US, the government is moving huge amounts of gold back into the country. Why? Because there's a massive monetary shift happening behind closed doors. And would you look at that, Oklahoma just moved closer to passing a bill to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. In case you're not paying attention, governments aren't just talking about Bitcoin. They're starting to buy it. All right, now it's time to get hyper bullish. But before we bring it home today, look at our likes.
Three or four times, maybe.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give us a pamp. by spreading the sound money gospel while we take a moment to recognize our sponsors, the masters of Bitcoin sovereignty, the Bitcoin way. If you're looking to learn how to Bitcoin, how to properly secure your Bitcoin, you might want to head on over to the newly revamped Bitcoin Way website where you can begin your road to Bitcoin sovereignty today. If you're looking to schedule a free 30-minute consultation, go ahead and use that link below in the show notes. Let's go. Now let me hit you with a little Bitcoin supply shock update. Bitcoin exchange reserves just hit a 3-year low. Bitcoin miner difficulty all-time high. And Michael Saylor, he's saying the U.S. should buy 20% of all the Bitcoin. Roll it!
Bitcoin is capital. Bitcoin is not currency. Gold has been used as capital. It's not currency anymore. The very simple thing that the U.S. ought to do is they ought to sell the gold and buy Bitcoin with it and buy 20% of the Bitcoin network. It's very simple. Just swap the gold for Bitcoin. If anybody actually swaps out their treasury bills for Bitcoin, then the U.S. is going to own it all. It's kind of like just getting Alaska or the Louisiana Purchase for free. They could pretty much have 20% of the network for free overnight just with a swap. They could even print the money. You know, I mean, they could buy it for next to nothing. The only alternative to the treasury bill for anybody is Bitcoin. And so just do that, and Bitcoin becomes the world reserve capital network, and the U.S. will own both sides of the equation. They'll own the currency and the capital.
The writing's on the wall. Bitcoin is becoming the hardest asset to acquire. You have two options. Buy now or beg later, because 7-figure Bitcoin is on the way. Don't believe me? Why don't we ask Kathy Wood? Roll it!
We'll jog over to another part of the big ideas that I know many people enjoy, and that is about crypto assets or digital assets. And you'll see how we get to our base case for the Bitcoin price and our bull case. Many people know us for our bull case, $1.5 million, and we actually think the odds have gone up that our bull case will be the right number because of what is becoming the institutionalization of this new asset class. So many institutional investors are now looking at Bitcoin and thinking that they need to add it to their asset allocation because its return profile looks so much different and its risk profile looks so much different from all of the other assets in their portfolios.
So let's recap what just happened.
Remember what you have learned.
BlackRock just declared Bitcoin the ultimate safe haven. Institutional money is flowing into Bitcoin ETFs faster than ever. Governments are moving gold and adopting Bitcoin. The banking system is running out of liquidity. Bitcoin is winning, the fiat system is losing. And they know it. This is your moment. Get your Bitcoin off exchanges. Hold your own keys, because the biggest financial shift in history is happening right now. Oh yeah, and the biggest Bitcoin mining conference on the planet? It's just around the corner. The biggest Bitcoin mining conference on the planet, and it's coming to Fort Lauderdale, March 25th through the 27th. Get your tickets today and join thousands of Bitcoin mining professionals and enthusiasts from around the globe for an electrifying experience at Mining Disrupt. See the latest cutting-edge hardware, products, and services that are revolutionizing the Bitcoin mining industry. For over half a decade, Mining Disrupt has been the premier conference and expo exclusively dedicated to Bitcoin mining. Be part of the future and join the movement that's shaping the world of Bitcoin mining. Don't miss out. Head over to miningdisrupt.com and get your tickets today. Use promo code SimplyBitcoin for 20% off. Oh, and the Simply Bitcoin news desk gonna be on site. I'm gonna be there. Nico and Opti are gonna be there holding it down, and we hope to see you there as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give us a pamp by sharing this video with one of those poor souls saving in fiat. And don't forget to set those notifications for the best in Bitcoin delivered to you daily. Hey, love you guys. Catch you tomorrow. Peace.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, you.